Hi everyone, Alex is here. Today we're going to be talking about everything you need to know before you file your tax return for this year in 2023. We're going to talk about three things. Number one, e-file. Number two, direct deposit. And number three, avoid errors. Before I get to the content, make sure you drop like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell to help the channel grow. If you want to get the extra mile to help the channel, make sure you check our channel program down below the video. And let's get right into it. Guys, we are already in February. The tax return should be received in 3 weeks from the date it has filled the RSS. And I quote, "By law, we must wait until mid-February to issue refund to taxpayers who claim the earned income tax credit." So, the IRS says, and I quote again, if you claim the earned income tax credit, you can expect to get your refund by February 28th if, number one, you file your tax return online. Number two, you choose to get your refund by direct deposit. And number three, you file your tax return with no errors whatsoever. Now, when it comes to how big your tax refund is going to be this year in 2023, I prevent that a lot of you are going to be very disappointed. It's not going to be for sure applicable to everybody, but yes, a lot of people are going to be shocked at the difference in this year's result compared to last year's result. So, I've been seeing in the comments some people are in disbelief. So, let me know in the comment down below if you already prepared your tax return. You got your numbers set out and the results are coming out much worse than what you thought. Basically, a lot of tax deductions and credit that exist in 2021, they were eliminated for this year in 2022. Number one, the tax credit which belonged to child. They call it the child tax credit. It fell from $3,600 to all the way down to $2,000 in 2022. Number two, please like and subscribe to the channel. I will really appreciate it. Number two, the pending care credit dropped from $8,000 to all the way to $2,100. If you don't have kids, the earned income tax credit is the max. It went from $1,502 to all the way down $560 for this year in 2022. And number three, they removed the charitable donation deductions from people that do not itemize their deductions. There are some other things which are considered as high-ticket items. So, this year, the IRS already issued a warning. It's actually on the website which stated as follows, that you can actually visit their website as well. The tax credit refund will most likely be much smaller than this year. And I said, in case your results are coming back much slower than you might, then I strongly encourage you to review your tax refund and make sure that there are no errors. However, if everything looks good, this is the reason why we are probably seeing a big change in the result from this year compared to last year on your expectation. Now, what about if you owe the IRS a lot of money? Consider just this, guys. You do your tax return and notice that you have a balance due, and it's a lot of money. Then, it's most likely one of the two reasons why that are occurring. Number one, the first reason could be simply because you did not have enough taxes taken from your paycheck. So, if you want to take more taxes out of your paychecks, you can easily make that modification on your W-4. The W-4 is the payroll tax form that you filled out at your workplace. Alright? Number two, the second reason could be an undeclared source of money. Consider just this. You have a source of money where no taxes were taken out of your profit. For example, if you made a lot of money on stocks or cryptos without paying taxes, that could be the source of your problem. So, you made money, but no taxes were withheld. or if you are self-employed and didn't send an estimate tax payment as you should, that could be another source of your problem. I just want to warn everybody to be very careful with owing money to the IRS, having a tax balance due, because a lot of people are like, I don't have a tax refund because I'm giving an interest-free loan to the IRS. As I said, be very careful with owing money to the IRS, because a lot of times getting penalized without even knowing about it. Because if, for example, you are getting penalized, it automatically adds to the tax due, or it just reduces the refund amount. So when people don't know that, they sometimes decide to do whatever they want, which is not much of the time good for them. If you actually want to check your tax return, it's listed on page 2, box 38. In terms of your tax filing experience, let me know if it's true in the comment section below down the video. The IRS is saying that this year is supposed to be much better experience for you. That's because of the additional $80 billion by the IRS received from the Inflation Reduction Act. The Deputy Secretary of the Treasury said that the IRS hired 5,000 new customer service staff, and they are going to significantly increase the number of answering phone calls. The National Taxpayers Advocate 2022 annual report showed that only 13% of taxpayers' calls were answered during last year's tax fill season. On top of that, the IRS Commissioner also mentioned that they are using tech to modernize their operations, so they should be making less errors on their part. And absolutely yes, the IRS don't make errors. You didn't know that? However, nothing was mentioned about the additional auditors, more Americans. And workers, we are going to see those stats after these tax filing seasons. By the way, I want to give you some quick reminders. If you made a $73,000 or less in 2022, you are eligible to use the IRS Free Files program. By the way, I want to give you some quick reminders. If you made $73,000 or less in 2022, you are eligible to use the IRS Free File program. But if you're actually going to use a brand name software out there, they're going to say free, but it's not going to be applicable even for the most basic tax return. So be aware that you might eventually pay some tiny amount of money by using those software. Tax filing season has already started for the year in 2022. The IRS began accepting tax returns from January 23rd, 2023 for the year of 2022. Tax refund are due on April 18th. So normally they are due on April 15th. However, the 15th falls on a weekend, and then that Monday is a holiday. So this year it's April 18th. If you need an extension, you can get it for free, but you need to get the file by April 18th. You will get an additional 6 months to file. That extension is a good way to avoid penalties, so please just keep that in mind. The whole 1099 situation, so that obviously that unrevealed as a disaster, that's going to be delayed until next year. So you don't have to worry about that this year. This is regarding the 600 limits. So if you got paid $600 or more through Venmo or Cash App or through PayPal, as I said, this is not going to be an issue for this year in 2022 taxes that you are completing now in 2023. Therefore, it's going to be a big issue for 2023 taxes that you will be completing next year in 2024. The IRS said, and I quote, to help smooth the transition and ensure clarity for taxpayers, tax professionals, and the industry. The IRS will delay implementation of the 1099-K changes. Going into 2023, just know that your 401k and your IRA contribution limit have increased. So those are the major tax updates for this tax filing season this year 2023. Please let me know in the comment section below if you guys already started receiving small refunds from the IRS. On top of that, if the IRS customer service has actually improved, because I really want to hear what you have to say about it. Please don't forget to drop like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell to help the channel grow. Aside from that, thank you so much for your time and appreciation, guys.